4. Estey Green, free reed organ manufacturer. In 1850 or 1848 depending on the source, Jacob Estey built a new building, on the Main Street Bridge. Where, he ran several businesses. Marble gravestones, lumber, lead pipe, and copper pumps. In 1852, he purchased also shares in a small Melodeon manufactory that rented space in his building. This led, after some confusion, to the founding of Estey Green in 1854-55. Thus, Jacob Estey first entered the free reed organ business in 1852. And in 1854-55, the name Estey appears for the first time as a free reed organ manufacturer. The building can be seen on maps from 1852 and 1856. The Brattleboro bird's eye view from 1856 also shows a covered bridge and a train in front of the Estey building. Brattleboro 1856. The railroad connection came to Brattleboro from the south around 1848-49 and was extended further north in the following years. Brattleboro became connected to the American Railroad's network from about 1848. Almost all illustrations showing the Jacob Estey building from the Estey Green era. Pianofortes, from other manufacturers, were probably also sold in the building. And probably, shoes, or boots, were also sold one time. I tried to add the Estey building to Google Street View, to this historical spot. A newspaper advertisement from Estey Green, from 1855 states: Estey Green manufactures all variants of the Carharts improved Melodeon. The reference, they continue, probably indicates that the predecessor company, which was Carpenter & Company, and Estey, was already manufacturing Carhart's Melodeons. The same image was used again in 1856, in an advertisement, for a further developed Melodeon, by Estey Green. But, the improved Melodeon was not a development of Carpenter & Company, or Estey Green. The improved Melodeon was developed 1847, in Buffalo, New York, USA. By Jeremiah Carhart, Elias Parkham Needham, and George A. Prince. In 1847, the improved Melodeon was developed, in Buffalo, New York, using a new suction bellows technique, from Jeremiah Carhart. Patent. New and useful improvements in bellows, of that class of musical instruments, called Melodeons, Seraphines, Aeolian. There were two main variants of the improved Melodeon. The improved Melodeon quickly spread throughout the USA and replaced the European free-reed organ copies, or imports, which worked with a different bellows technique. Since 1853, improved Melodeons were probably also built in Brattleboro by Carpenter and Company, Estey, predecessor of Estey Green. So Estey Green continued production of Carhart's improved Melodeon. And according to later newspaper reports, the rocking Melodeon was also still being built at Estey Green. Brattleboro was in 1855, not a metropolis. It was difficult to sell the instruments in Brattleboro. A small organ production run of 6 to 7 per month, or 50 to 75 per year. Jacob Estey started on a journey to sell the free reed organs in Vermont and neighboring states. Jacob Estey. And I didn't waste any time playing. Sometimes I took a boy along to play on them, and sometimes I found someone in the vicinity to come into the farmers' houses and show them off. Jacob Estey. I didn't know a note of music. He now laughingly says. And so, I didn't waste any time playing on the Melodeons. Jacob Estey Melodeon Tours, 1855 to 1860. North Tour. Eastern New York, Northern Vermont, Canada, Western New Hampshire. West Tour, New York, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Vermont. South Tour, West New York, back through Connecticut river towns. Sales were rarely made for cash down. Often the trade was in cheese, butter, lumber, peltry, or other farm produce. Horses from Canada, young cattle, anything that could be readily turned into cash. It was such instruments as this Melodeon, and better ones, as the years added improvements to them. Jacob Estey was always able to sell all his instruments on the tour. Newspapers later mentioned Yankee thrift as the reason for Jacob Estey's success. Yankee thrift. Use it up, wear it out, make it do, or do without. Estey Green remained partners for several years. Coming next. Estey Green developed the perfect Melodeon.